off the chart.
Nice. Nah.
I believe FragPunk is going to be the next big FPS hero shooter, but will it actually deliver in the long term? If you don't know what FragPunk is, let me tell you. You may feel like you've heard this one before, but it's a fast-paced 5v5 action free-to-play hero shooter. But there's one key difference, and I think this gives FragPunk the edge it needs to stand out. So let's dive in today's video. So what makes FragPunk stand out? It's the shard cards. Each round, both teams pick from a pool of over 100 cards that modify gameplay in real time. 3 cards are given to a player per round, so we're talking things like higher jumps, chain lightning bullets, or even reviving your whole squad. It keeps things fresh, but despite that, I feel like the chaotic element is really good. It adds a randomness that we don't really see in hero shooters anymore. Imagine you're dominating one round, but then the next, your enemies pull out a card that flips gravity or doubles their health. The unpredictability could make FragPunk incredibly fun or frustrating, depending what cards you pull. But either way, I think it levels the playing field and makes the game fair. Like, I've seen cards where you can shoot your teammates and heal them. One where you equip a literal turtle on your back and prevents you from getting shot from behind. There's a card that lets you respawn in a zombie or even plant anywhere you want. And it's that creativity that I love. You're not seeing this in most other hero shooter games. You have your special ability with the ultimate and that's it. I love how you can change the flow of the game while it goes on. And if you're down on your luck right now, you might be able to pull a card that can help you in the future. Hey everyone, I just wanted to cut in here and say that 98% of you aren't subscribed, and I want to keep making these top 10 out of 10 videos, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So now that you know what makes FragPunk unique, let's go over the basics. Like I said, FragPunk is a 5v5 hero shooter, and it's launching on May 6, 2025. It's got 12 unique heroes that don't look like total abominations.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
All with different abilities, weapons, and roles. It follows a short round-based format with matches lasting around 2.5 minutes. So there's no downtime, it's just non-stop action. And I really like that. It keeps the pace fresh and it keeps it moving. Sometimes, in those games, you get the mid-match lull and it's just so boring to play. You can just rush through these games and have a lot of fun. And the visual style just looks so good. The heroes look good, the maps look solid, you've got your aggressive duelists, your support heroes, and everything in between. So I'm not sure how they're going to balance it all, but nowadays most of these hero shooters have that on lock. Though I will say that some of the early gameplay makes me a little bit nervous. Some heroes look straight up better than others. There's this dude with a guitar shotgun, and he looks insane. He's just running around melting people, and it looks crazy fun to use, but I don't know how fun it is to play against. FragPunk has gone through an alpha and a beta, and from what I've seen, the gunplay looks super tight. The movement is fast, the fights are intense. I think the core mechanics are solid with the snappy aiming, the smooth traversal, and the satisfying weapon feedback, but some of the early testers pointed out concerns, especially when it comes to the movement. Players have already found a way to abuse, crouch spamming, bunny hopping, and other mechanics, so I think that might need a little bit of tuning. But overall, the game feels more about skill than just blind luck of what cards you get or what team members you get. I just personally hope there isn't one single meta to follow. With all these different cards, in my opinion, certain ones are going to be better than others. But I don't want to see a thing like Overwatch, where you just choose a certain amount of heroes, pray to God you get a certain amount of cards, and then it's just over for the enemy team. You can't, combat it or fight against it. That's going to make the game less fun to play, in my opinion. So we'll see how it's all balanced together with the heroes and the cards. I know the developer said they're going to be adding multiple cards and multiple heroes a season. It might be one hero season and just a few more cards. I think the cards are really going to be the big factor here. Those are going to keep the game interesting, because if they just have a bunch of shitty cards, no one's going to really care anymore. That's the wow factor of the game. So if all of this sounds a little familiar, that's because it is. So there was a game called Friend v Friend that also has a card-based mechanic. It's a little bit different. It lets you modify, the battlefield and your guns and stuff too, but it's more of like a voxel, pixelated art style, and I feel like some of the effects aren't as crazy as the ones we are seeing in FragPunk. And Friend v Friend is more of a 1v1 or 2v2 experience, focusing on, battling your friends on like a quick little matchup. I feel like it's not really a game that you play for long term. But hey, if you like Friend v Friend, you can go ahead and hop on FragPunk, and it's right up your alley if you want a longer based, more tactical shooter. But that doesn't mean there isn't a 1v1 mode in FragPunk. There actually is, and it's my favorite part of the game. So if the match ends in a tie, it goes in a 1v1 situation where each player will fight each other until you either wiped out the whole team or your entire team gets wiped out. So it's a lot of fun. That was my favorite experience of playing the beta, and I just hope that we can actually end more matches in ties, or they add some type of permanently 1v1 game mode, maybe it's a training game mode, because it was so much fun, and it was a blast to play. So what's the verdict? In my opinion, FragPunk has so much potential. The shard card system is fresh and new, the action is fast, the guns are cool, the characters are cool, it has that just one more round feel that I love when games have. But if the devs don't nail the balancing and add new content on a consistent basis, it feels like it could be another waste potential. You know, you see that black screen saying we're shutting our game down. So I just hope that doesn't happen. We know we've seen way too many games go down that path recently. But for FragPunk, I'm really optimistic that this game is going to last for a long time. So are you in? Are you out? Are you waiting to see how it plays out? I guess we'll all find out together. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I hope you enjoyed your meal.